Hello friends, I am going to be taking you along today as I do a little bit of grocery shopping at Trader Joe's, and I'll be doing a bunch of meal prep. Some of these meals will definitely be kind of autumn and fall inspired meals. I don't know about you, but I love to go to Trader Joe's when there's any kind of seasonal change. Trader Joe's just knows how to do a season change. Everything is just so cute and aesthetic and themed for the season. I got this vegetable hash that is kind of a fall themed hash that we'll be using in our meal prep today. And then I got a bunch of just kind of easy, fast meals that I can throw together without really thinking, even some pre-made meals. I'm not usually a big pre-made meal person, but recently my energy has been low and I have not really felt up to cooking that much. So having some quick on-the-go meals has been awesome, just to either throw in the pan or even throw in the microwave. And oh my gosh, this butternut mac was so good, so delicious. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I also got these fall themed leaf chips, which were pretty good. I don't know if I would buy them again, but they were pretty good. I know that these pre-made meals are not the healthiest and not the best, but honestly, my motivation and how I've been feeling, I've been dealing with some sickness, the motivation has been low. So I've really just been turning to macaroni and cheese and top ramen, which is really just bottom of the barrel. So I feel like this is at least a step above that. This is the holiday vegetable hash that I got at Trader Joe's, and it's got celery, onions, sweet potato, some squash, and it was so tasty. And it was nice that everything was cut up so fine. I am going to use it inside of egg cups. So it saved so much time just to have everything all chopped up already and not even really have to think of what to put in because it was already all chopped up and ready to go. I'm just mixing a bunch of eggs and a little bit of milk and some salt and pepper here, and I am cooking up the rest of that veggie medley mix that I'm going to put inside the egg cups. At the same time, while I was making the egg cups, I started on my next meal prep, which is burritos. So I thawed out a bunch of ground elk, but you could use ground beef. That would work just fine. And I started chopping up a bunch of bell peppers that I also got from Trader Joe's. So first, for the egg cups, I filled up the little cupcake tins with a bunch of the cooked holiday hash from Trader Joe's, and then I just poured in the egg and milk and salt and pepper mixture into the little cupcake tins. And then I baked them at 350 for, I want to say it was around 15 minutes, but I just made sure that the inside was done. And I should have pulled them out a little bit sooner and then added cheese before they were fully cooked, but I ended up just adding cheese after and popping them back in the oven just so that the cheese could melt, which worked fine. Here is the ground elk, and I mixed in the bell pepper, and I just seasoned it with cumin and chili powder, a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't really use any kind of taco seasoning. I feel like if you add cumin, it's going to taste like tacos, and it did. So I ended up rolling all of these into little burritos, and then I just fried one side so that they would stay closed really well. I ended up having a little extra of the egg mixture, so I figured that while I was making burritos, I might as well make some breakfast burritos while I was at it. So I fried up a bunch of pork sausage, and I'm going to make breakfast burritos with it. Here I am just putting all of the egg cups into a Ziploc bag after they had cooled, and I like to freeze them on a cookie tray so they don't get all stuck together. And then I've just been pulling them out and then popping them into the microwave for about 1 minute, and they've been delicious. Here I have my breakfast burrito, which was just the 2 pork sausage links with the egg and cheese. And then I did the same thing where I just fried one side, and I believe that it made 3 burritos. And I've been eating those breakfast burritos with a little bit of sour cream and salsa at work, and oh my goodness, it has been absolutely delicious. And same with the elk burgers. I've just been making those at work, and I'll just heat them up a couple minutes in the microwave, and I will use a little bit of ranch dressing with it, and it is so tasty and not perfectly healthy, but definitely better than fast food or eating out. Here is my first attempt at making pickled red onions, and they turned out great. It was so easy to make these pickled red onions. It was just equal parts vinegar and water, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and they tasted delicious. We ate them on our burgers the other night, and they were so good. I also have made a soup this week, and the soup is another thing that I have been kind of using for my meals. I'll do this a lot where I'll just make up a huge batch of soup with good ingredients, with homemade bone broth or store-bought bone broth, depending on what I have. This one had barley and a bunch of different vegetables, some veggies from the garden, some veggies from the store. I put a little bit of cheese on top, and it's so nice because this freezes really well, and it also saves really well for leftovers, so I've been bringing that to work as well. This ice cream was so good. I got an ice cream maker for our wedding present, and oh my gosh, this has been so good. I just sweetened it with maple syrup, so the only ingredients were maple syrup, heavy cream, milk, and I used a little bit of pumpkin pie spice, and ooh, it was good. That's all for today's video. I hope it gave you some great ideas for some meal prep.